nice minute?
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen,
Have some fun, Hop.
let's have some fun, baby.
Let's go here.
Let's go.
Had to change plans last minute, you know? Be at this venue. This was to help Santa Claus here.
No way.
Why don't we live?
It's live right now, but we're very playing.
Coaches are warmed up and fired up, so let's get this match started. Coming to us from Sausa, out of Font Hill, with a 6-0 record, we have EL Crossley Secondary School. Number 1, Cole Bedard. Number 17, Connor Leach. Number 10, Preston Darts. Number 14, Josh Gibson. Number 18, Hayden Tuchel. Number 19, Samuel Jeffrey. Number 6, Lucas Flossie. Number 5, Alexander Lapetit. Number 9, Aiden Lamb. Number 11, Joshua Larson. Number 8, Ash McGee. Number 3, LJ Newton. Number 7, Akash Santil. Number 13, Jason Verdula. Head coach of EL Crossley, Michelle Dixon. Coming to us from the hometown of North Bay, Nassau region, we have Chippewa Secondary School, also with an undefeated record of 6-0. Number 4, Timothy Brazzo. Number 12, Scott Coburn. Number 5, Clark Downing. Number 7, Ben Frank. Number 10, Jacob Hart. Number 9, Brandon Max. Number 11, Sam Mitchell. Number 6, Devin Plumstead. Number 8, Andrew Cadet. Number 13, Benson Clare. Number 15, Parker Spooler. Number 1, Charlie Scott. Number 2, Vaughn Thompson. Number 3, Jesse Monroe. And the team coach, Mason Trustwell.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 Boys AA Volleyball OFSAA Gold Medal Game. I am Matthew Sucrum alongside Mark Hopper and Bob Coles, and we've been waiting a while for this one. It's finally here. It's the gold medal contest featuring the EL Crossley Cyclones and the Chippewa Raiders. It's the host school against the team that came in as the #1 seed going into the OFSAA tournament. Not sure how many expected these two teams to be here, but boy, have they earned it. Neither team has lost a game, and both teams have lost a combined 2 sets each, 1 apiece. To hand things over for the play-by-play of today's gold medal game, here is Bob Coles.
Thanks, Matt. Of course, the Cyclones blew into town on Thursday and are undefeated, and the Raiders have been traveling back and forth. They opened at Chippewa, won 2 games, then they went to West Ferris yesterday, won the rest of their pool and a quarterfinal. Then this morning at West Ferris, they won a semifinal just to get back here, which was a big motivating part of their team, Mark, just to get to this game, to play at home in their own gym, and so they're happy too. So you got 2 teams that have reached their goal, and one's going to get gold, one's going to get silver, but both have had, undefeated. Both have had great tournaments.
Yeah, imagine being a 5th-year player like Braden Blake coming back to the gym you've played in for 5 years, omitting last year with the pandemic and everything. Must be a good feeling, and good work by the Chippewa Raiders to stay focused all weekend. So we got a #1 seed against the #7 seed, and Hopefully this is a good barn burner.
Yeah, I asked the Chippewa coach, how does a number 7 seed go undefeated, make it to the final at an OFSAA event? He says, I don't know. It's just that everyone's had a role. Everyone's contributed. We really don't rely on one player. And it's the team effort, whether you're playing or whether you're on the bench. And, of course, E.W. Crossley, E.L. Crossley,
here goes Sentil for the serve. See how the tone's set right from the get-go here by Crossley.
And this is one of their big servers.
Nice pass. Oh!
And Chippewa
Mitchell
comes out bombing with a spike.
What a great set. The
Wow.
setter steps in front to set a 3-ball. Mitchell pounds down a 40. Nice job, kid.
That's quite the first point.
Set outside by Blake to Ringette. Ringette
And
scores.
we talk about that. How much of a fact do you think the Raiders are playing in their own gym is going to play in this match?
Well, there's a comfort level, and finding your sights are huge, the sight zones. They're coming out to a good start here. A libero bump setting the ball here. Blake deep one. Nice up by Bedard. Off the block.
Of course, E.L. Crossley's played a few games. They played the quarterfinal here last night, the semifinal here this morning, so they're familiar with the gym, but obviously not as familiar as the Raider players are.
Lawn to serve. This kid was impressive in the quarterfinals and the semi with his serve. Oh, nice pass by Blake. Oh,
So 2-2.
set was a little low. A little higher, that would have been nice. Ringette possibly should have fixed that, put it into the court.
Yeah, both teams very aggressive early here. There's no get familiar, and with the game, it's got to go after it right away.
It's a gold medal game, baby. You got to be swinging. Oh, better option that time. Yeah, nice job. See, it wasn't a good set, but he continued to play. Like I said before, the Garden Gnome in the net's not going to bail you out. Put it into human error area.
This is our first game seeing Chippewa in this gym. Mason Treswell, very positive about his team. Very positive about his chances in this one.
Oh, right at us, Bob.
Matt Sukram with the good save there.
Yeah. Soft hands, baby, soft hands.
Maybe we should be looking for you to come play libero at Canadore. That was a nice touch.
I could go and earn another degree, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Little recruiting being done by Coach Hopper here. 4-2 Chippewa.
Nice job by Chippewa keeping the serve pressure on. Big swing by Ringette. Big swing.
One thing I'm noticing is the exuberance on the bench that E.L. Crossley has had is being matched by Chippewa. And the Coach Treswell said, whatever your role is, if it's just supporting your teammates, is be exuberant, do what you can. And we're seeing that on the Chippewa sideline.
Ace by Blake. This is going to be his 4th serve in a row.
6-2.
They're going right at Senthil. Oh, unfortunate. Nice up by Ringette. Calling Winrow on the double hit.
So L.J. Newton now will serve for E.L. Crossley, down 6-3 in the first of best of 5 sets here in the gold medal match.
Oh, nice reach by Mitchell. Nice up by Winrow. Blake to the out of system. Nice roll shot into trouble by Sinclair. Big block by Ringette. Yes,
what a rally
there
that was! 7-3. That was some rally by Chippewa.
It was, and we didn't see that in the semis or the quarters where Clausen would get stuff blocked like that. That's a big play right there. Nice
Sam
serve.
Mitchell serving.
That's unfortunate. Blake had good motion there. he was having good tempo through the pipe area, and he seemed to hang up at the top, didn't pull through with his hands. So
We've seen some first sets where one team isn't very relaxed, but I think both teams have come out really sharp.
yeah, Chippewa's passing really well. Another big block. Nice try.
7-5.
Plumstead got the first one and had a hard time reloading there. He's a high flyer.
So 7-5 in favor of Chippewa early here in the first set.
Clausen with the serve. Back out to the left side. Sinclair just missed that one. He was trying to go down the line. He just missed it. They talk about hitting the ball at 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock. He kind of caught that one around 4 o'clock, so it spun out of bounds.
So another point for Crossley. They're down 8-6. And again, that just getting the serve in. It just can change momentum so fast in this game. So 9-6 for Chippewa.
Ace by Ringette.
You know, we didn't see those mistakes in the earlier games by Crossley. I mean, they're hitting it into the net, hitting the ceiling. Those are some early mistakes that Chippewa is going to really have to capitalize on here.
I think
So
that's a
10-6.
great point, because probably Crossley's feeling the home. We never saw Senthil hit out of bounds. No. Chippewa's capitalizing right now. It's a good point to keep the pressure on. Just keep the ball in play.
I talked to a few of the Chippewa players as they were arriving, and they all sounded very confident that, you know, this has been their target all along, to get to the gold medal game in their gym. And, you know, it gives you, I think, some added incentive, but you've got to capitalize on it in the first set, and they are.
Yep, nice high elbow on the serve. That's a good float. Oh, nice up by Sinclair. Yeah, Plumstead with the poach.
Yeah, 13-6.
And like you said, just keep it alive, and that's going to be a timeout for E.L. Crossley. And like you said, just keep it alive for the Chippewa Raiders and make something happen. And that's exactly what they are doing through the first 19 points of this one. I want to thank some of our local sponsors: Asante Wealth Management, Thompson Financial Partners, Tourism North Bay, Perdon's Heating and Plumbing, Madame T's Beauty Bar, Ryan and Arwen Real Estate Team, and the Andre Purcell Team as well. Taking a look at the other score in the bronze medal game, last check 6-1 Frontenac Falcons early. And again, we were speculating over here who might take that one. I mean, whatever the Falcons do from this point out, I think is going to be an upset. 1-3 in pool play against the second-ranked Sacred Heart team going into that bronze medal game.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably, you know, they got a shot at a bronze medal. So again, if you're 1-3 and you got a shot at a medal, you're playing really loose. If you're Sacred Heart, you know, you have to get up for, after being in the semifinals, you have to get up for the bronze medal, and sometimes it doesn't happen, right? So
Got to feel a little bit for that Sacred Heart team. They played their hearts out, and they might not have anything left in the tank. Good serve by Ringette after the timeout. Yeah, Crossley's fighting the volleyball demons, as they say, you know, the mental stuff.
Well, and Sacred Heart had that long 5-setter last night, 17-15, and then they're playing their third match in less than 24 hours.
A to maintain serve pressure by Ringette. Out to Winrow to the middle. Plumstead windmills it over the net. Oh, unfortunate.
What a roll.
A lot of times when you're blocking, when you're closing from the middle, you got to seal the net. It's kind of like cutting the water off Niagara Falls. You got to seal over and in instead of letting it come between you and the net.
La Rochelle to serve here. This could be a big turning point here for Crossley.
Yeah, he's one of their best players, no doubt about it.
Nice up by Stemp. See ball to Ringette. Deep tip. Bentley out to Senthil. Oh, geez. Good rally. Yep. Sinclair rolls it in.
What a big point that was. It looked like it was Chippewa was going to lose that point. Great defense. They get that point.
Well, Plumstead did that, but they
They're
call
on a roll.
that flash pop blocking. You didn't see him there because Lau was, you remember earlier in the tournament, was tipping everywhere. He comes out of nowhere and gets his hands up on it.
15-7.
Out of bounds, Chippewa point.
Serving for Chippewa, Ben Sinclair, and a 9-point lead now.
And in the games at West Ferris, Ben Sinclair had some huge moments serving for Chippewa. I was checking out and talking to our guys at the other gym, and they were saying Ben Sinclair, when he sets up back there, he had some big moments. And he was on the serve there. Now, the Cyclones just won that, but those were two big serves by Ben Sinclair, and he's going to be a guy to watch for this Chippewa team.
I think both teams looked at that one and how that was going to go, and you're right, the Cyclones got it. They're down 16-8 and serving.
Plumstead misses that one.
Yeah, that was long or wide, so 16-9.
There's no touch. They're asking for touch. There's no touch.
Cole Bedard will be serving for E.L. Crossley out of Fonthill.
Oh.
And that was long.
Fortunate there. I was going to say Chippewa had to be careful with that one. Crossley's starting to shake off a bit of the jitters they had at the beginning. You got to maintain serve and pass pressure here for Chippewa.
And being nervous is
Nice
natural. It's the gold medal game.
Nice touch by Sinclair. You had mentioned Sinclair. Chippewa was good to gain Mr. Sinclair with the closing of Whitfield. He was part of the Wildcat program, came over and joined Chippewa. So it's been a healthy additive to the program.
Akash Senthil now serving, and of course he started the game. So they've gone around the team here, and he's back to serve.
Mitchell blocked by Lon. Nice up.
Can they get
nice
to it?
up.
No.
Nice try. Nice try.
17-11. So again, E.L. Crossley trying to make a run to get closer.
Senthil served really well earlier in the tournament. Oh, that's a good out-of-system set.
One more. Tip. Oh, good block, but not good
C-ball
enough.
by Ringette. Nice job by Ringette.
As they couldn't get it back across the net. 18-11.
You know what? It's going to get tougher now. Back row setter serving the ball. You got three options in the front row now. This is the time when you want it to close it out.
Jesse Winrow.
Another big block by Ringette.
And you mentioned Jesse Winrow serving now. I mean, this entire game, he's been such a presence at the net earlier on. Now you're saying that he's in the back row, but this is where you want to close it out.
Jesse Winrow serving for Chippewa.
Ace Winrow. Wow,
What's the call?
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Chippewa's pressure here. They're not serving overly aggressive. They're just keeping it in play and allowing Crossley to make the mistakes.
Yeah, it was a big mistake there, and Winrow will serve after the timeout with 20-11 and just 5 points away from doing what they had to do. Take advantage of being in their gym, playing in their crowd. There's not a lot of people here, but I'm sure
all volunteers.
A lot of the Canada volleyball players which are helping out there, cheering silently.
Sure,
for
they're
Chippewa.
cheering for local.
So,
but you notice also, Bob, it's just Crossley just isn't looking like they did earlier in the tournament ever. I think that perhaps this first set they're being caught off guard.
No, their level has dropped.
Yeah, it has. So, I mean, coach calling a timeout to try to get that level up.
And we'll thank our sponsors while we have a timeout. DKB Financial Services Group, Realty Executives Local Group Incorporated, Modern Auto Body, Farquhar Chrysler, Barrie, and Nipissing University.
Okay, so we're back in action. How do they come out of the timeout? Again, Winrow to serve for Chippewa.
Crossley called a timeout to try to freeze the server. We'll see. Winrow, nice job, gets his serve in.
That's a point for Crossley.
Nice touch by Ringette, but fortunately he grabbed the net a little bit.
So 12 serving 20. And Aiden Lawn will be serving here.
Keep the pressure on here. We have to have a good pass from Chippewa. This is Crossley's best server.
Good
Nice
serve.
pass by Stemp. Yeah, nice job. Stemp, of course, I played against his father, played for Chippewa, went to OFSAA many times, played on regional teams with him. He was a heck of a volleyball player. Son looks very good in the libero position.
Braden Matheson-Blake on the serve.
Missed.
Yeah.
Clausen.
They're just off.
Errors. They're
Yeah,
not usual.
22-12, Matt.
Over at the other gym, Sacred Heart now up 18-16, so they've taken a 17-10 point lead since that early 6-1 lead by Falcons.
Well, it's good. They're motivated to try to win that medal. So important. Just the psychological impact of losing in the semifinals, and you've got to saying, you know, it's a medal. You get a chance to win an OFSAA medal, and that's your focus. And Sacred Heart showing some of that.
Nice up by Blake. Oh, game of inches, boys. Another inch this way, that would have been an amazing dig, especially off Clausen.
23-13 now. Crossley serving. Oh, what a hammer, but what
Nice
a
up!
response! Oh my God,
What
what
a
a
great
response
up.
for Chippewa. The point looked over. It looked over, and Chippewa gets it, and now they have a point to win the first set at 24-13.
What a great up by Charlie Stemp. Like, that was amazing. He took the force of that serve. Nice serve by Mitchell.
And E.L. Crossley getting a huge wake-up call in this first set. They're still in it, but they're down 24-14, so another 10 set points for Chippewa.
Oh!
And they only needed 2 to win the first set.
Plumstead elevates, gets it over the net. That's a real good first set. Pretty much flawless by Chippewa.
Yeah, I don't think if Chippewa can keep up this level of play, I think they're going to be in good shape. Now, the message, I think, E.L. Crossley getting a big wake-up call here after that first set. See how they respond in the second set.
Yeah, I mean, I think the set will be a little different in the second set or not. I mean, it's up to E.L. Crossley, but there was a lot of unforced errors in that set. Ones that, you know, they say if you stay within the 7 unforced errors area, then the volleyball gods will be fair to you. If you go more than that, you're you're skating on Trout Lake right now. So
I got to ask you. I know they're golf gods. If I get ahead of myself on a round of golf, I play well 3 holes in a row. I start thinking I'm good at the game, and the golf gods say you're not that good. So, the volleyball gods as well.
yeah, there are. I mean, and what I think what you're talking about, Bob, is that's one set. Every set is different. Every time you touch the ball is different. You just got to go to that mental reset. All right, back to basics. You know, what's mind before the body, they say. So what do I need to do to just reset and get back into the similar moment, how that feeling was?
So if you're E.L. Crossley and you've only dropped 1 set going in, now you've dropped 2. You're down 1-0. What's your message to your team as you enter the second set here?
Well, I mean, my players could say the same thing. You just have to state the obvious. I don't think I've seen E.L. Crossley make that many errors in 1 set. So it's not to think that they're going to do it again. So let's just go back to normal. Let's play our game. That's over. Next.
And if you're Chippewa, you're playing at home, you're seemingly on a roll. What's your message?
I was just going to say that, you know, with E.L. Crossley, it did seem like they gave away a lot of points. So as to what Hopper was saying, I mean, if you're Chippewa, just keep doing what you're doing and don't give them anything back. You know, win the points that you need to win and just let them figure it out before you start changing up anything that you're doing. Just before we get back to the court, I want to thank Premier Mining Products, Fabrine, Lawson Law, King Sportswear, and Canadore College for helping sponsor this event.
Yeah, it's been a great event, and the volunteers. We got to talk about the volunteers. 60 to 80 people, depending on what they did at the two locations. This event being held during a pandemic, it's the big issue. The big thing is it's being held after not being held last year, and it's been a very successful event from a participation standpoint. The advertisers and of course all the volunteers, including the staff here at Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give a shout out to my guys volunteering a lot of their time. We even moved to varsity practice to help accommodate the referees. I like to go back. I mean, E.L. Crossley had over 13 unforced errors in the first set. I was speaking about 7 being the magic number. You remember, every time there's an error, that's a point for the other team. So they'll just have to look to clean that up.
So here we go, second set. And E.L. Crossley gets the first point.
And we saw that earlier. Chippewa's going to have to make an adjustment for the tip and roll defense because Crossley likes to put it right in the shadow, right behind the block. You need to get in there and get that.
Cole Bedard serving.
Nice up. Sentil off the block. Bedard setting it up for the middle. Lau with the big
what
hit.
A response.
Nice up
they
again.
Get to it.
Nice up again by Stemp. Wow, he's really impressing me. He's doing a really good job.
There's guys by the chairs returning shots there, Matt.
But that's all because of Sentil's push there at the net. Again, we talked about him all tournament long. He is a guy that makes things happen for this Crossley team. And there he is again.
Oh.
And that's out.
Yeah, that was
great play
wide.
by Sentil. Just missed, though. A quick update from the bronze medal game. 25-22 Sacred Heart win. They take the first set.
Sacred Heart 2 sets away from a bronze medal.
That's Clausen missing. Go back to the Sentil hit. The setter dropped it a little bit, set at a low tempo, and he just swung away at it.
Well, wait, there seems to be...
No, there's a touch on the block.
It must have been a touch is what they're ruling.
So it should be 3-0,
it was
not 3-1.
long.
Should be 3-0, not 3-1.
3-1. It was 2-1, then they just got a point to make it 3-1.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
I thought it was 2-0, and then they gave them the point for that, but it wasn't their point. So I'm going to have to check the score sheet.
So no tie
I think
for
it should
Chippewa.
be 3-0.
No,
that was long.
Hit it out on that play
Oh,
before,
right.
So, yeah.
So 3-2 now. Chippewa back to serve. They're down 1 in this game.
Braden Blake to serve. Nice pass. Yeah.
Oh, they got to it.
Yeah, still live. So the blocker touched it and then popped it up when he landed on the ground. You're allowed to have 2 hits if you're in a blocking motion, 2 touches.
Chippewa just does not give up on a point. They get to everything. Down 4-2, though, in this set.
Just need to see Chippewa get a nice pass here to get out of the serve pressure of Lon, because he's their best server. Nice pass.
Oh.
Ringette.
Yeah.
Over the top. He elevated there and found the bottom of the court, that's for sure.
Yep, found a spot on the floor there.
And impressive, too, because he's going up against La Rochelle at the net, and he got it over La Rochelle.
That's Clausen starting to heat up a little bit.
E.L. Crossley starting to get confident out there, up 5-3 now. On this serve. And there's the bugaboo serving it into the net.
Again, we talked about this a couple of times, guys. You got to go through your countdown, your mental countdown before you serve the ball. You have 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Stepped over the line. So similarly to we mentioned in the first set, I mean, Chippewa's at 3 unforced errors already. They just got to clean that up.
Yeah, couple of short points here. 6-4 now for Crossley. And that was in.
Clausen trying to put the team on his back. Let's go, boys.
Lucas Clausen, 6-4.
St. Clair looking for wickets and missed them. That's unfortunate.
I'd like to say hi to our friend Chris Dawson listening. He says we're doing a fantastic job. It's mostly coach here, but we're still learning.
Thanks, Chris. That guy donates a lot of time in the summer for soccer, sport.
Oh.
Clausen slipping in the back court. Hope he's
Yeah.
okay. Can tweak your groin if you sleep on the floor like that. Oh, Sinclair finds the wickets this time over Bedard.
That was in.
That's probably Chippewa's mindset right now, is to go
8-5.
towards the setter.
So Chippewa down 3, though, and they are serving. That's Ben Sinclair. That was a big point.
Yeah, the Crossley setter's not pushing the ball out to the left side. It's dumping inside here. No touch. Oh, they let it go. Nice set by Winrow.
Look at the net play.
Nice set by Winrow. Out to Sandhill.
Oh, more net play.
High off the block. Oh. It's unfortunate. When you have such a high flyer like Plumstead, he elevated. He was way up there, and then it came back to Sandhill. He just dumped it right in the middle, right where they keep the donuts, man, you know?
Joshua La Rochelle there. Another poor serve.
That was an impressive play by Sentil. I mean, he had the kill blocked, and then he just went right back with a soft touch and put it right into the middle, as you said, where no one was. And, man, Sentil, again, just an impressive player all weekend.
Great net play from both teams, though, on that point as they...
Yeah, a lot of the times learning from Coach Humphrey this year, when you have big blocks and they're in position, you got to push it off the block to get it back so you can do it again.
Right.
Sentil just did it all himself.
Oh,
there it is
my
again.
Goodness.
How do you stop this guy?
You have
What a
to
tip.
Well, you remember what Sacred Heart did is they started going to a roll tip defense, which means you got to shift everybody up because they're not swinging right now. They're just tipping over the net.
10-6.
Oh, again, second
And
serve in a row.
another... Like, how many points have you given away on serve? Like, hitting the net or going long?
Well, the score is 7-10.
Yeah. They'd
Chippewa
be up
down.
13-4.
There's 8 unforced errors easy already
Yeah.
for both sides.
They'd be well in command in the second set.
This is a free ball. You got to take advantage of this. Oh. As you remember, if you were with the broadcast before, Lon is a force to be reckoned with for blocking. That was unfortunate. That was a good set by Winrow.
11-7.
Ringette trying to crack back into one, and I think people at home watching or not got to realize the front row of Crossley right now at 6'4", 6'4", 6'4". There's some big humans out there, and Ringette and Mitchell at 6'4" each too. Oh, net play.
Collier Sendell now serving. We've seen a couple of times he gets on the serve line. He stays there for a while.
Yeah, that's because Clausen now is in position 4. He just rolled into the front row. So when you have a really good server and you have your best hitter up front, you want to maintain this pressure. You want to see Chippewa get out of this.
13-7.
There, hey, nice defense by Winrow. Nice set by Ringette. Clausen.
Oh, there you go.
That's too bad. That's too bad. Mitchell was close to closing that down. He's got to come a little further and roll shoulders with the outside pin block, and he would close that seam very nicely.
So the E.L. Crossley we've seen here has shown up here in the second set.
Nice up again. Unreal digging by Stemp.
Oh, great block.
Ringette. Nice swing by Ringette. Chippewa's got to start swinging now, Bob. And yeah, they do. They really do.
I don't think Chippewa's levels dropped off that much.
No, Crossley's brought back their level.
They've
tip and roll, good defense by Winrow. Another roll shot. Oh, dump. And back to Ringette.
Oh.
Clausen with the stuff block. I think that's the first time Clausen got him, though.
And Clausen making up for the last point. I mean, he went up to try and hit that one, or to block that. It went way off his arm going out. So that's a big bounce back point for Clausen.
Watching the coaches, they're both standing. They're both standing. They're both into every point.
That's a good rip. I'm unsure about that. I always sometimes get upset with that. I hope referees are players of the game, because sometimes balls get hit off the tape, off the block, and they call net calls. I know it's tough, but nice serve. Nice serve from Blake. Needs to maintain this.
Yeah,
pardon me, that was Mitchell.
Down 5.
If he can go on a little run here, close the middle part of the set down, then we can get into the 20s. Nice serve again.
Michelle Gibson is the
free
coach.
Ball here. Yeah, nice run.
Michelle Gibson, the coach of E.L. Crossley. Very positive, but she held this envelope, and she wasn't going to open it until a special time in the tournament. She opened it after the quarterfinal win last night because they knew they'd be playing for a medal. So she opened so she's very happy with the way her team has played, and very, very positive about winning this gold medal game.
That's unfortunate for Ringette. That was a great tip, trying to do back to Crossley what they've been doing to them, and his foot went over the line. That was unfortunate.
16-11 for Crossley now.
Nice out-of-system play here. Yeah, nice job.
Chippewas, though, hanging in there. They're only down 4 right now, and they're about to serve. This is Andon Ringette.
Yeah, he's a very good float server. Oh, Crossley almost out of position. No.
So describe float server for the audience.
So what you want to do, he's a jump floater, so he's trying to gain court by jumping into it, but making the ball dance. So you want to flat palm the ball so it moves side to side. He sort of missed that one, but good position of it.
Chippewa trying to get within
there
2, and they do.
Nice job by Winrow.
So for the folks watching the broadcast, I know both teams wearing white jerseys. E.L. Crossley is the white with the blue numbering, and Chippewa are white with the red numbering. Chippewa is on the far side of the net from where your broadcast screen is right now.
And score-wise, Chippewa's climbed to within 1, and there's a timeout. So when we come back off the timeout, Chippewa down a point in the second set. They've won the first set, and Chippewa's going to serve. This is the first of as many as 4 timeouts in the set.
And I may have called that timeout a little earlier. When you gain the middle of the set, so I believe Crossley was up 16-11. 14-7. Or 14-7, yeah. Right. So they've gained 2 points. So Chippewa's almost doubled the points. And I probably would have called out a timeout a little earlier just to gain composure and understand. A coach's timeout in a gold medal game is vitally important.
Go ahead, while we've got a timeout, I want to thank some more of our sponsors: VP Law, Valiant Partners, Eastside Mario's, DeMarco Lucenti Insurance Brokers, Moreland Appraisals, The Green Store, Canadian Hawk Exchange, Casey's Grill Bar, Tim Hortons, Subway, and Twigs Coffee Roasters. Again, thank you so much to the North Bay community, to all the sponsors for helping us out and helping us put this tournament together. Couldn't have done it without you.
Courtney Kenny and Derek Lindeman doing a great job at the games at West Ferris, and 9-3 is the last. Check that, just got an update. It's 11-11 in the second set. Sacred Heart won the first set over the Falcons. What happened there, Coach? This is very loud, and then you can't even hear a pin drop, right?
Oh, there it is. Coach's point. Good call by Coach Gibson. E.L. Crossley calls timeout. Mental fortitude's important in volleyball during a timeout. You got to go back and find your rhythm so you come in and execute your serve.
17-15 for the Cyclones in this second set.
Going to be a free ball here. Nice job by Sinclair, dropping it right inside the school logo. Tough spot.
So here's Chippewa being, outplayed for much of the set, and they're coming back, and they're only down a point, so it's a key part of the match. No, they give the point to Chippewa.
I'm unsure. I can't tell from this angle where the ball landed.
All tied up now, though. That's a big one for Chippewa to get.
Huge one. Remember, they were down substantially.
I got you, Bob.
Okay, that's why I got the coach next to me. I concentrate on where the ball lands, and you protect me.
Chippewa's doing a good job closing the gap here. They just got to stay here with some pass pressure.
Only down one. There's La Rochelle serving. And that was...
I think that went off Clausen's hair, actually. Yeah. That big fro he's got. Just grabbed it, trying to go backwards.
So it's tied, 18-18. What a big point this is.
Loud deep into 6. Sinclair out to Winrow to a C ball. Oh, boy.
So we didn't set this up in the beginning, but it's been 25 years since a North Bay school has won an OFSAA boys volleyball title.
Gold medal, yeah.
Yeah, this is quite the,
I think the last one medal was Whitfield in 09 or 2010 where they got antique bronze.
And we're going to get a timeout here or not? No, just a substitution. So Chippewa again is tied as they go back and forth. Which of these teams is going to go on a little roll here down the stretch in the second set?
And in contrast, I'll wait till the play's over here, but
whoa, Lau with the kill.
Wow.
Nice play.
So in contrast, E.L. Crossley plays in the Sausa region, and a team from Sausa for a long time dominated the AA volleyball scene, and that was Eden High School. They're now in AAA. They got moved up to the AAA. So E.L. Crossley trying to take the gold medal here, which would be their first at the AA level.
Well, it's a big set for E.L. Crossley. They lost the first, and Chippewa has been battling them in the second. They're up 21-19.
That was a tough call against Chippewa. I thought that was a clean play. Oh, nice recovery. Clausen out of the middle. So you notice Clausen hits out the middle, but he's a left side, and they leave Law out on the left side in that serve receive. Sentil serving again, and especially with Clausen up getting in the front row. This was a huge lineup for them in the past.
22-19.
Nice
Sentil to serve.
Nice hit by Ringette.
Oh,
big
nice
block by Mitchell. Big block.
Oh, perfect. I saved it.
That young man being, I hear he's a good basketball player here at Chippewa, and his lateral movement is very, very good.
What about my block I did there?
Yeah, it was a good one,
That's
Bob.
more importantly.
Oh, out of system play here. Got a free ball.
Well, it's close again. They had
I think
3-point lead. They could have made it 4.
I
don't say
this often, but there's a lot of whistles going here. Might be time to let these guys bang away. You see what I'm saying, Bob? The play Clausen just made was very similar to the play that Mitchell had made earlier, but there was no call against Clausen. I think both were clean plays.
Well, 23-21 right now for E.L. Crossley.
Nice up. Nice up by Sanhill, out of system set to Clausen. Out of bounds off the pin.
Yeah, it's a big one. So they don't get a set point yet. Chippewa's down 1. And they don't want to give, so this is a big, big part of the match right here.
Mitchell's a very good server.
Can Chippewa pull out the second set, or will E.L. Crossley hold on here?
Quick set to Clausen.
Yeah, 24-22, so they will get 2 set points here to square up the match. Here's the first one.
And they got Lon back serving. He's a very good server. Nice pass. Big run
And
by
it's
Ringette.
in.
Now, that play doesn't happen at all unless you have a really good pass from Stemp. And Winrow sending it at tempo. What a play.
So Chippewa facing another set point.
Oh,
And
tie game.
we are all tied up in the second set. Chippewa now, with Ringette serving, has a chance to take the lead. I don't think they've led this set. It's a huge point.
Big block out of bounds. I thought Sinclair got him, just missed.
So Crossley gets the point, and they get their third set point.
Good quick call by Cam Daniels doing the lines down there, captain of the
Here's
Canadore
Klassen.
Panthers.
And they win the second set,
Sinclair.
26-24, and we are all even. What a set that was. Great set for E.L. Crossley, but what a pushback for Chippewa to make it really tight. They fend off 2 set points, but E.L. Crossley counts it with their third, and they even the match, so that's a huge win in that set for E.L. Crossley.
Yeah, I think Chippewa did a good job coming back in that one. They just need to have a cleaner start, I guess they say.
Okay, Matt, we're getting the update. Second set, Sacred Heart is winning the second set 21-17. So they won the first set, so they're getting close to going up 2-0. And as for this one, we've got at least 2 more sets. E.L. Crossley capturing the second set. And, of course, Chippewa here at the Chippewa Gym won the first set in the OFSAA gold medal match. And, of course, the other match is for bronze going on at West Ferris. So we got at least 2 more sets. What do you think at this point?
Well, first of all, going to the bronze medal game, talking to the coaches from Frontenac and Bala from Sacred Heart. I mean, you got to win the bronze. So that's going to be quite a battle down there, I think. I wish we could be in both gyms at one time, but like I said earlier, I think this is going to be a bit of a barn burner here. Now we're all tied up, 1 each.
And normally in a non-COVID world, the finals would be held in the same gym. The schedule will be a little bit different, just because you could have several teams. You could use different gyms, all that kind of thing. But just because of the COVID restrictions, you've got to limit the number of teams that can be in a gym area.
Good point.
And that's one reason they've done it this way. That's one reason they've done the 2 gyms, and it's worked pretty well. I mean,
the committee worked hard on that to take a look at that landscape and keep everyone safe, following the Typeform sign-in. Help from shout out to Rob Chalebre, who's the vice president of the soccer club, helped the committee with the safety procedures, which was really important. And then this is a great venue. A lot of work's gone into it, and some teams weren't allowed to travel because of the protocols also. But I think the caliber, like you saw on the first day to now, we're certainly at a different level of volleyball. Now we're in the gold medal game than we started.
Well, you could put 2 teams in a gold medal game, and it's the importance of winning the medal. No one's going to be talking, and that this team wasn't there or anything.
Yeah.
It's been a well-run tournament. You got 2 undefeated teams in the final. The best 2 teams are in the final, and we're getting a classic final so far, 1 set each.
And one more thank of our sponsors before we get the third set underway. Food Basics, Mike and Lori's No Frills, Independent Parker's Grocer, Freshco, Sills Neighborhood Kitchen, Burger World on Hammond, That Incorporated Group, and Heather's Cards in the Yard.
And Sacred Heart did win that second set, Coach. So they're one set away from getting an OFSAA bronze medal.
You know, that game between Sacred Heart and Chippewa was a great game too. Chippewa played extremely well to be successful against them. But equally, both teams have so much heart. Pretty proud of these young men right now, watching how they practiced a month ago compared to now. They've done a really good job here.
That was long.
First point, Chippewa. Winrow back to serve.
And having a lead, this is a very hard-fought competitive battle. Getting a lead, I think, in this type of match, really important.
Yeah, you got to break the sets down into increments of 5. So, a little indecisiveness there.
That was a miss.
Something as simple as just calling the ball. Mine, it's over. Take it, put it over the net, get out of trouble.
Jesse Winrow to serve.
Two free balls in a row now to Chippewa. Oh. Well, Sentil got blocked on Ringette. We haven't seen that yet today. Usually Ringette's high flying over top of everybody.
So 2-1.
Nice deep shot by Blake to the corner. Lon, nope, missed the tip. He's having a bit of a struggle. I noticed he got subbed out at the end of the second set, and he seems he hasn't recovered yet.
3-1 now. And serving for Chippewa is Braden Matheson-Blake. The jump serve.
Nice up, Bedard to the outs. Clausen deep, nice up. What? I disagree. I'm sorry.
Which serve do you recommend for young volleyballers? The sort of a jump serve or just, sort of punching it over the net?
I think you got to learn to float it from the floor first. And then you could graduate into a jump float. And then if you get strong enough, a spin serve. But you have to have more than one. So nice shot by Sinclair. Spike. Right down the line. That's where you go to the old ice fishing hole, Bob. He put it right in the corner, baby.
Ben Sinclair. What a spike that was. And Sam Mitchell will serve with Chippewa up 4-2 in the third set.
And now you're hearing in the background, as Crossley wins the point, you're hearing in the background before each serve that that the players know ahead of time what's coming. How are you figuring that out as a player in terms of knowing what the setup is going to be ahead of the serve?
So if you watch Winrow, you can see that he's signaling to the players. Oh, I think Chippewa just got away with one there. Winrow touched the ball above the net, and Crossley touched it, but the ref missed it. Good for Chippewa, because I think they've been on the hook a couple of times. Oh, unfortunate. So anyway, Winrow will signal to his players what play they're going to run off the pass, and so you'll see the players in the back row acknowledge him. You'll see it right now. You'll probably be talking to them. Yeah, see?
E.L. Crossley down 5-4, but serving here. The 10th point of set 3. The sets are 1-1. Now we're tied.
That happens sometimes. Stemp went up for coverage and 6 back position. Didn't follow up to cover the second tier of defense.
5-5.
Nice pass. Oh, another great up by Stemp. Plumstead tipping it deep into 6. Bedard outside Sentil. Nice block by Winrow. Wow, this is quite the rally here.
That's the one they wanted.
Sinclair, nice roll. Sentil. I got you, Bob.
How'd you like to do a hockey game, Matt, from ice level like this?
You got to understand, I mean, we had the radar gun out a couple weeks ago. The guys at the college level are hitting balls about 120 clicks. Some of these young guys are probably not far off.
And that was long. So it's 7-5 now, and
that was a good
Chippewa's
decision by Winrow there. He had no other option. That was a good try.
It's a big point for Chippewa.
Yeah, they need to have a good pass here. Nice pass by Sinclair. Again, Stemp bails them out.
A huge point there. Now Chippewa's down 1, and they'll serve. And
Sinclair back to serve.
Yep.
Perhaps should have taken a little more time before starting his motion there.
Yeah. 8-6.
Larochelle has a decent float serve. Chippewa wants to pass a good pass here to get out of trouble. Nice pass, up and tight. Yeah, nice job.
Big response here. Oh, no, it's 9-6.
Drifted it a little far. Might see a timeout here soon from
I
Coach
was just going to ask you
Cresswell.
about that, yeah.
Probably if they aren't successful on this one, I would say. They're probably going to try to run their middle with a good pass, hopefully. Oh, they get out of it. There we go.
Yeah, 9-7 as they end that run.
Plumstead back to serve now. Now Chippewa's got to try to increase pressure here.
Desmond Plumstead, 6-1. 9-8.
Especially Crossley's best hitter, Clausen's in the back row. They want to try to maintain the pressure here.
Again, each team gets 2 timeouts per set. Chippewa trying to tie.
Nice tool. Nice job, young man.
But that was a good block there.
Yeah, Bedard went up with his hands, but he didn't have his hands closed, and Braden Blake tooled him right out the outside. Great play.
9-9.
Nice up by Plumstead. C ball to Willette. Deep into the corner in 5. Pipe ball, Clausen. Sinclair, nice pass to over to Willette. C ball. Notice the explosiveness gone down a little bit. A lot of tipping.
Yeah.
Nice job here.
A lot of aggressive net play, though.
Mitchell.
Wow.
I take it back. Those were not lazy legs there.
Timeout. But talk about the aggressive net play in this set from both teams.
Yeah, that was a big hit by Mitchell. I think you felt the Ottawa Valley earthquake there in the new millennia. That one was close. So anyway,
we're just getting one of our reporters out there says Chippewa has no club players. For a team like Chippewa to make it to the gold medal undefeated, it really says a lot about the I think the competitiveness of this team at this event this year. They've really, they're really confident, but they're playing with a lot of passion too.
Yeah, a lot of great athletes on this team and young men that have come back. It's fortunate. Hopefully this helps them as young men after coming back, returning for grade 12 because they missed their opportunity last year. I think that's why the conveners pushed so hard to make it a great event for some of these young guys being here, and then they just got to work.
Yeah, we got a couple of players on our crew, Jamie and Derek, who have played a little volleyball in their life, who have played in OFSAA events.
Nice up. Wow, Sinclair with the dig in the back row. That could be the turning point. That was a huge athletic play right there. Huge. Defense wins championships, yeah?
11-9 is the score.
Oh, transition.
And again, just to emphasize, both teams in white. The red on your screen, that's Chippewa, and they're closest to the camera. And then the white with the blue numerals, that's E.L. Crossley, and they're farthest away in this set.
Wow, a lot of rally here. Oh.
That's in.
Sentil puts it right in the corner and one.
Well, this is a big part of this set now. We had a very dramatic second set, and right now it's 12-10 in favor of Chippewa. E.L. Crossley to serve.
Nice pass. Again, Mitchell out of the middle. He elevates, eh?
He gets up there. At 6'3", he gets up there. I mean,
Yeah, he's
Chippewa,
explosive.
to me, was sending to lose some of their level, and then they've really risen it back up here in the third set after falling behind earlier.
Young Gibson in. His first year playing volleyball, coach's son. This should be hopefully he has a good time out there.
It's always interesting.
Back row
when,
attack. Yeah, stepped over the line. Anytime you're hitting out of the back row, you got to take off behind the attack line.
It's always interesting when you coach your own child, because it's sort of, you're allowed to coach when you're at the arena, the gym, or whatever. But when you get in the car and you're on your way home, you got to talk about son stuff. And some coaches out there don't handle it as well as they should. But it's tough on the kid, but it's also tough on the coach. Like, when do you stop coaching and be a parent rather than the opposite? So it's always interesting.
Got to wear two hats.
Exactly.
Oh, unfortunate. That might be the first time I've seen Winrow miss a serve. He's had a great tournament.
And that was a huge serve. They could have gone up by 6. Instead, it's only 4.
and they arguably have their best player serving now. E.L. Crossley does.
Yes, Mr. Sentil's back on the serving line.
Nice pass to get out of it.
And he only gets one serve. Net play goes against Crossley.
That's a big edge.
And that's a 5-point lead now for Chippewa here in the third set.
And they won't see Sentil for a while on the serve line. So.
These are the witching points right now. Clausen misses. This is beneficial for Chippewa right here.
17-11.
You got a 6-point push in the middle. This is big.
It's a huge set if they could grab it here.
Nice dig by Sinclair to Willette. Nice and easy down the line.
That's in.
That's a smart play by Ringette. Real smart.
And they've done that a couple of times in the last couple of points here. Chippewa has picked their spots, and they stuck with those lines, and Crossley has had a hard time defending against them. And that's probably what this timeout is about by Coach Michelle Gibson. It's, okay, we've got to rethink where we're setting ourselves up, and we got to start giving it right back to them, because they are making us run all over the court, and we just don't have any answers right now.
Updating the bronze medal game, Frontenac is up 12-10 in the third set over Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart won the first 2 sets. That's over at West Ferris. And of course, here we're 1 set all, with Chippewa leading 18-11 in the third set. And still a couple of timeouts, 1 for each team. So I found it interesting in that set that E.L. Crossley seemed to get some momentum from winning the second set. And Chippewa's level had just dropped off a little, but Chippewa found it in.
Yeah,
I think
found
they
it
were
through
down
defense.
3 or 4, and you said they should have called timeout. They didn't call timeout, and they seem to get some momentum after that. So.
Well, I think Chippewa is playing better defense right now. They're not letting the ball hit the floor. Like I had said at the beginning when we turned at the set, they just had to flatten it out from how they had their energy in the first set, and they've seemed to do that. So, great job. Yeah.
So they're up 7.
Crossley's not in the gym right now.
No, they're not. Don't even get a return on that serve by Braden Matheson Blake. So Chippewa up 8.
Yeah, they're going at the libero. That's unfortunate.
So E.L. Crossley gets that point, but they're in danger of losing their third set of the tournament and second in the final. So they need a big push right here.
Joshua Gibson back to serve for the first time in the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting stat. That's a little nerves there, maybe.
Yeah.
I saw that actually a couple times in the warm-up. The Crossley players, when they were going up to practice on their serves, they would look like they were trying to attack the line, but a lot of them were going out, and we just thought maybe that was fatigue, maybe just not giving it 100% in the warm-ups. But we saw that quite a few times, and we wondered how that was going to be a factor in this final game, and it's already been a factor through these first 3 sets.
Sometimes, in tournaments, I find, Coach, and you can talk about this, but you peak at certain rounds, right?
Yeah.
And you just wonder they played so well this morning that they haven't looked as good this afternoon, and I wonder if they peaked at that, and they're going to have to fight their way through it here.
You have to remember, not playing for a long time, they're still very young-minded. You're going to have more dips than perhaps before. Yeah, I mean, especially when it comes to serving.
Well, they're down 21-14 now after serving into the net.
What great defense.
And that is a perfect illustration in this match of the extra effort we've seen from Chippewa.
In this set.
They were out at that
yeah.
point,
Yeah.
and they managed a way to get it, and they're 3 points away from winning the set. And again, let's go back to your comment, not in the gym.
They're not in the gym.
We haven't seen Crossley do that pretty much this
No.
whole tournament, just let those aces just fall in.
Well, you got to think of it this way. When you have a team playing defense like Chippewa is right now, you have big hit like Clausen, and they're recycling everything at the moment. They're just possessed on defense. So, that was a big hit over the block by Clausen.
And they're capable of that. I mean, we've seen throughout this tournament, they're capable of getting on a big run. They are down by 8 points, and Chippewa just 1 point away from a set point.
Nice pass by Blake to Winrow, out to Plumstead. Clausen sets up pipe ball. Oh, right. What? That's true. Yeah,
23-16 is the score right now. And on the line is Lucas Clausen.
That's a good call, actually. Wow, what a pass.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, my goodness.
Better call Benjamin Moore, the paint company, because he just painted that line. You could hire him in a couple of years. He doesn't need any trim. He can do it himself.
I hope Benjamin Moore is one of our sponsors. So they've got 8 set points.
Sinclair just crushed that ball down the line.
Oh, my goodness. That's like the first point of the match.
Yeah. And then he comes up with a good float serve. And Samuel.
That's it for the set. 25-16.
Put a bow on that one. It's over.
Oh, and Chippewa 1 set away from becoming OFSAA gold medal champions in their own gym on this Saturday afternoon. And I got to ask you, what are these two teams feeling right now as they're about to enter a 4-set? Chippewa a set away from winning a gold, and here's E.L. Crossley, losers of just 1 set going into this, has to win the last 2 sets to win gold, so we're going to have a dramatic finish one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, both teams know what they need to do. They just got to reset. If I'm Chippewa right now, I'd be pretty ecstatic that they just need to calm down. Going by here, Lon seems like he's laboring. Something's up with his side. I noticed he wasn't playing like he usually does, but we'll see.
So in the 5th set,
yeah.
the Crossley will be in front of us, just for the people watching at home, and at the far end will be Chippewa, just for this 4th set here, and 16-12 for the Falcons over Sacred Heart in the 3rd set of the West Ferris bronze medal matchup. So Sacred Heart's going to have to come from behind to sweep. Otherwise, they may have to play a 4th set.
Yeah, and you remember what I said at the end, Bob, of the second set. Chippewa had to get better at the roll tip defense, moving everybody up, and they did. And then they made another huge adjustment. Ringette was doing roll shots down the line into 5, and he scored probably 5 or 6 times down the line. Nice little roll shot instead of going for the big swing. And I mean that was the difference, right? Oh, thank you so much. Well, you can sit down for a little while.
Well, you got your own people service giving this.
I tell you what, these people.
You must be important.
You know, coming to Chippewa has been a blessing. I mean, they what a great family here. They look after you.
I got to ask you, as a Whitfield guy though, what's it like coming to Chippewa? Because you probably had some tough games in your high school life.
You know what though? Like when we were playing in high school, us against Chippewa, and it's always been those two schools going at it. What great camaraderie after. I mean, summer games teams was always, you know, the 6 from Chippewa, the 6 from Whitfield. But coming over here, here's a little history for you. My first teaching position was at Chippewa for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then I got hired at Whitfield permanent, but you know, Des Frigette was my mentor teacher.
Oh, yeah, I
Jamie
remember Des,
Carruthers, they looked after me, and you know, it's a great family here.
So what are these two teams going through right now? What are the emotions that each team is feeling right now entering the 4th set?
Well, if you're Chippewa, you probably like the space you're in right now. But I'm sure Coach Tresswell is telling them, let's just do the course, one play at a time. Let's stay in the moment. Crossley's got to battle a bit of adversity here that they haven't had to do in the tournament. Being behind, I mean, they had only lost 1 set before coming into this match. So Coach Gibson probably just said, okay, look, reset, recharge, let's go.
The Falcons now lead 21-16 in the 3rd set over Sacred Heart as we begin our 4th set here.
Again, Crossley runs that out of serve receive. They bring their left side to come in and run a 50 or a 60, a quick in the middle, and they leave their middle out on the pin.
I found that set interesting. The first 2 sets, the team that scored first won the set. The 3rd set went the other way.
Nice hit by Mitchell. Lon gets the ball over. Here's a free ball back to Mitchell. Nice shot.
What a spike that
OT,
was.
baby.
1-1.
Over the top.
And Chippewa's ready here in the 4th set. This Winrow's going to serve.
I'm impressed with that kid. I hope he wants to come play volleyball. He's an amazing athlete. Oh, Sandhill all over the place.
That's a tough one.
Oh, my goodness.
They get it over.
What a
return.
play by Clausen. That was athletic. Holy cow. Nice job by Ringette trying to come get the ball.
What a huge point.
These are good
They
athletes,
looked like they
man.
were dead on that point.
How much of a recruiting tool is this for you, Hopper, to have an OFSAA tournament in your hometown?
Well, hopefully next week's a busy week for me, but right now you really want the young men to enjoy the tournament. Not talking to anyone here today or this week. We'll do it next week. They got to enjoy the moment now. They got to look after the teams they've played for 5 years, right?
3-1.
Tough
It hit
serve,
the net,
nice
but it
pass.
got over.
Free ball here. The elevation of this set is huge. Claus, nice up by Sinclair.
Response. Winner.
Big hit, Clausen.
4-1 for E.L. Crossley.
I'd say Clausen might be a little upset perhaps on his team's exhibition of the last set. But Chippewa's just got to pass here and get out of this.
Sentel to serve.
Looks like Crossley's answered the defensive bell here.
5-1. We saw when Sentel served in the last set and he lost the serve, how that really changed the set. After that, Chippewa dominated, and now he's been on the line for a couple here, and it's 5-1 already.
Yeah, Lon did a bit of pop block there. He showed that he was taking away 1 and cut over into 5. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sometimes that happens. You know, you get stuff blocked. That stays in your memory. I talked about you got to have a short-term memory as an athlete. Mitchell needs to keep banging away here. He's a good athlete.
6-1. It's easy to look ahead, and
Nice set by Winrow against the flow. So you notice how all of EL Crossley thought that Winrow was going to go to the left side. He went against the flow and went to the right side. That was a great set.
so 6-2 the score. Chippewa to serve.
A little bit of trouble here. This
Yeah.
is beneficial for Chippewa when you have a little bit of context going on between athletes out there.
Different mindset, isn't it? I mean, when you're behind, you have nothing to lose. And when you're ahead, it's natural to look ahead to winning. So
Nice up by Winrow on the roll tip coverage. Free ball outside to Clausen. Big hit.
And have you noticed the guys who aren't in the match? They were sitting earlier. Now on both teams they're standing. So I don't know. They were sitting earlier, which means okay, we got to mix things up. We got to change things. So we're going to stand the rest of the match.
I think Clausen went in between sets and ate a can of spinach because he's back at it here. Chippewa's got to have nice, easy pass and get out of this.
In the bronze medal game, Sacred Heart up 2-1, with the Falcons taking the third set 25-17.
Bring it back in the match. What a nice swing by that young man.
Yep, Chippewa continues to hang in there, even though they're behind. They're keeping it close enough to get on a run. Down 7-4 now. Oh, that was long.
Larishel long.
That's something they weren't doing this morning.
No, didn't even break his elbow. Didn't even snap on it. So
7-5.
Nice block by Plumstead, getting his hands up on that.
Oh, what a block there.
That's a big block for Chippewa with Plumstead and Ringette.
7-6.
It was 6-1 before that mistake at the net.
Yeah.
And Chippewa have stormed back here.
Wow.
Big hit. Again, Winrow. Notice how he set up nice and square. Looked like he's going to go to the left side and back shoots it to Ringette. Nice set, nice hit, nice execution.
It was 7-3.
Oh.
It was 7-3 for Crossley. It's now 8-7 for Chippewa. 5 in a row as they're trying to turn around this fourth set.
They got him stuck here.
Oh, it gets over. And it's long. 9-7. And the volleyball gods right now are helping out Chippewa. There was a couple of tough breaks. They barely got over the net and then went long on the return. And another one. 10-7.
Gibson's going to have to call a timeout here.
This is really starting to get away from them.
Oh, she's not pulling it.
No,
No.
she's keeping her group up.
Sometimes as a coach, you want them to figure it out. Oh!
Oh, and a gift.
Yeah.
Well, it is Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.
Better to give than to receive, I guess.
That's
10-8.
unfortunate. Chippewa had them right where they wanted them, especially in volleyball. You have 6 rotations. If you can get them pinned in that rotation, you can do a lot of damage.
Now on the return. Block. It goes out.
Clausen on the net.
Wasn't touched. Chippewa gets the point.
You gotta love the ebbs and flows of this one. I mean, Crossley went up 6-1. Chippewa came back, made it 10-7. Now it's 11-8. 11 serving 8.
Well, they did the same thing last set. They were behind, and they rallied, and even in the second set, Chippewa didn't quit. They tied it up. They forced them right to 26-24.
I think that's easy for you guys to say sitting here. When you're on the bench, that's not easy to deal with, I'll tell you.
Of course it's easy.
A little bit on the heart, eh?
Yeah, a little bit. No caffeine before those games. Oh, Sinclair tools him.
It's like I said, Coach. I just sound like I've played the game.
Well, Sinclair's doing a good job tooling the Bedard, the setter, going down the line. I'm sure that's in the plans, coaching plans.
12-9.
Yeah.
And they're a
Chippewa's
little
starting to get
off-kilter,
under them, yep. I think The defense and the pass pressure that Chippewa has been enduring on Crossley starting to make a difference here.
13-9. Chippewa trying to win an OFSAA title.
Oh, big hit there cross court.
And again, it's Soothill who comes up big for his team, and they got to get on a roll here right now. They got La Rochelle, the big man, serving. They need a couple big points here in the middle part of the set, and that's an ace. That's an ace for La Rochelle.
Yeah, he found a spot. So it's a 13-11 now. Chippewa up 2-1 in the gold medal game.
Coach Gibson giving him a little encouragement to keep it in that spot.
E.L. Crossley trying to come from behind.
Big hit.
That's a
Blake.
Chippewa point.
Nice hit, kid.
14-11.
I was talking to a couple of the Chippewa players before the game. They're highly excited to be playing this game. So good for them. Execution's been great.
And again, it bears repeating. I talked to the coaches and some of the players before the game, and they were really confident. They felt really good about their chances. They're down. They're up 14-12. They're up 2-1 here.
Well, it's kind of, Bob, it's kind of like going home watching the Leaf game on your own couch. It's comfortable, right? They're in their home gym. They're in their hometown. Nice roll shot by Blake out to Sandhill. No, lost it.
I know you go to someone's house, they say make yourself at home, and they don't really mean it. They want you out in an hour and a half.
You're allowed to put your feet.
And put it that way, Chippewa's been putting their feet everywhere here, hitting the floor everywhere defensively.
Up 15-12.
Oh, this is a tough play here.
Chippewa can set this up.
Oh, Mitchell just misses that shot.
Yeah, 15-13. And this is a big part of the game right here.
Yeah,
Akash Sentil is on the line to serve. He's been pretty good.
Chippewa wants
They
to
need him
side
now.
this out. This kid can serve. Oh,
And he serves it into the net. That's going to increase Chippewa's confidence. Up 16-13, up 2-1 in the gold medal game.
nice serve by Blake, floater. Clausen with the roll shot. Oh, nice block.
Oh, nice shot. Both these teams again undefeated, 4-0 in pool play, and 2-0 in the playoffs, 6-0 overall. So this is the gold medal game.
Watch for Chippewa here going to ringette back door here.
16-14. And you figure if Crossley can come from behind here, this will give him a big lift going into a fifth set.
I mean, we're right in the middle of the set here, and I've talked about this. It's 16-15 for Chippewa. These points here dire before you get into the 20s, and it gives you a good mindset coming home.
Aiden Lon on the serve, and the net was kind that time.
I'm going to tell you.
We're all tied up.
Cantor, I played against Cantor. He was the setter for Queens, a 6'9" setter. He later became the serving specialist for Team Canada. He would practice serving off the net like that for hours. So
we're all tied up in the fourth set, 16 apiece. Who's got momentum? That's long. Chippewa gets that point, and they lead by 1. And they're on the serve.
That's a couple times La Rochelle has done that this set. He's just overpowering it, just a touch.
Well, the big man, I think the big man's lost his legs a little bit. Yeah. Looks like he's about 6'6", 220.
Sam Mitchell, there's a conversation right now, Jesse Winrow and one of the officials. So it's 17-16. Chippewa serves it into the net. I don't think that delay really helped Chippewa there on that one. So we're all tied up again.
I don't know what was going on there. A little speculation from the referee to the bench might have froze the server a little bit. Nice pass by Blake.
Oh, yeah.
Sinclair taking over. Young man, keep swinging.
So Chippewa stays in front, 18-17. And here's Ringette.
Out of system set. Clausen tries to go deep into one.
A little tip, and it's out.
What an athletic play by Clausen. Was going to lay out and touch that, but he pulls his hands back.
Yeah, that was a close play by Clausen.
Everyone was looking at that decision by the Alliance person there. 18-18. Who gets the lead? Oh, that's in.
Wow! You better go to the Moose Cookhouse and get some suicide wings. That's how hot that kid is right now.
Suicide wing. Wow.
He's on fire. Nice job.
Where do you get these lines from? Holy mackerel.
Bob Cole's book of TV
I could have you around my
broadcasting.
house on game days. Oh, and again, it seems all these points in the game, these key big points, Chippewa's getting most of them. And they're up 20-18. And remember, in that second set, Crossley was in control, and Chippewa actually tied it at 24. And then in the third set, Chippewa fell behind, but they rallied back, won the set convincingly. And here again, Crossley has the lead, and Chippewa finds a way to hang in there and then get on a little mini roll. And here they are, up 20-18, with a chance to claim the gold medal.
I think
here.
Chippewa took a page out of Crossley's book after the first set. They're tipping short on Crossley, and they're not doing roll tip defense. You know, you got to move everybody up. You got to get that ball up and high to the setter so you can run your offense. And Chippewa's doing a good job exploiting the upper 3 meters of Crossley's court.
So, from hearing about the games being played at West Ferris throughout the Friday, everyone was raving about the play of Ben Sinclair, and he has brought it today. I mean, he has made some fantastic kills. He's helped keep rallies alive, and he's really been a big part of this team being up 20-18, and he's serving now.
How do they come out of this timeout?
Oh,
and
boy.
Chippewa gets it. 21-18. Huge point.
Player of this set for sure, Sinclair. Gets an ace in the back corner.
Talking about Ben Sinclair, he's doing it from the serve here.
Yeah. Don't know who that was to. Free ball. Running to the outside.
And the Chippewa point.
Blake waits to see the block. He put that ball in the shadowland, right? You get a big double block up, and he puts it right in behind them. Nice job, young man.
3 points from a gold medal.
Big swing by Sentel. Back
Another
to the
huge
outside.
one at the net.
A lot of tipping.
And
Plumstead just missed the stuff block on that. He's
Good
upset
spike.
with himself, but what elevation. He just missed it.
22-19 right now with Crossley to serve.
Going to see this ball going into one. That's Sinclair. Yeah. Back set. No, he goes to the left. What?
And it's in. 2 points for a gold medal. 23-19. This is the fourth set. Chippewa's up 2-1.
What a great experience for Blake coming back for his fifth year, being able to swing like that in an OFSAA championship. No. Get ready. Here we go. Match point.
Yeah.
Gold medal for Chippewa on the line. Timeout, Crossley.
A timeout, and there will be 5 gold medal points for Chippewa. They get one of the next 5 points. They win the OFSAA gold medal, and again, no North Bay school has won a boys OFSAA gold medal championship match since 1996, so 25 years. And what a tournament it's been for Chippewa. Undefeated, no blemishes, 4-0 in pool play. They've played at both gyms. They won a quarterfinal last night. They won a 5-set thriller this morning at West Ferris. And here they are trying to upset E.L. Crossley to win the provincial gold championship here. I don't believe that serve started. So
A little early.
Desmond Plumstead
They're a
will be
little
serving.
excited, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Desmond
Nice
Plumstead
serve,
to
young man.
serve.
That's
It's
it.
over for the first time in a quarter
Ace!
century.
Ace!
A North Bay school
Plumstead
has won
aces
the
to
OFSAA
win it.
championship for boys volleyball.
Yeah, I
What
think
a story.
He's going to remember that
The
ace.
Chippewa Raiders have done it. A perfect 3 days of volleyball. 7-0, beating a game E.L. Crossley school who battled hard, had a great week, but just were bettered here by Chippewa, losing in 4 sets here in the gold medal match.
What a nice
Wow.
thing for a young man, getting an ace to close the game. Going to remember that forever.
And what do you think this means for this team? I mean, a lot of people didn't give them a chance. Not a chance, but felt that E.L. Crossley was the favorite. And here Chippewa just so competitive in this gold medal match.
Well, I think it was, their defense and not letting a ball hit the floor. It started to wear on Crossley. They hadn't seen that perhaps this weekend like that. So I think kudos to that. And then Ben Sinclair, whole team effort, but that young man really took care of things.
Yeah, they were really the 2 best teams, weren't they, in this OFSAA event? I mean, it's what you want in a final. You want 2 teams with perfect records coming into the final. They and both had to rally, right? I mean, both had to rally. So,
Little shout out to my wife. She's saying congratulations to Chippewa and thanks for allowing me to be here all weekend and all the volunteers and to do announcing with Bob Coles and Max Sukram. What a great venue here.
well, we had fun doing it, and we surely appreciate your expert commentary to help us understand the volleyball. And just want to say about all the teams that took part. It was great they were here. Not everyone came away with what they wanted in terms of a medal, but it's not about getting a medal. It's about competing and being together with your teammates and doing your best. And that's what we saw. And, great week for Chippewa, obviously winning gold, but E.L. Crossley the silver, and we understand Sacred Heart's in pretty good shape to win the bronze. So, but it's not only getting a medal, right? It's about competing with your teammates in a sport you love.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I remember all the offices I went to, and more so I remember all the relationships I had, and you'll always have that. And I think that's why sport's important. Learning from mentors on your team and understanding what it takes to be a part of something like that. So these young men are going to cherish all this experience for the rest of their life, and I think that's why the committee and all the volunteers work so hard to make it a positive environment for everyone.
And what about this moment here where the players receive their medals, the Chippewa players applauding the E.L. Crossley players as they get their medal, and vice versa, of course. And it's what does that mean when you get that medal and the ceremony here?
Yeah, I mean, maybe some of the players from Crossley are upset, but that's going to be expected. These young men played really hard. You can see a couple tears here. That's the hard part of a coach, to see your players upset, but they did an amazing job. And, I hope their takeaways in a couple of days will benefit the negativity perhaps they're feeling right now. But they did a great job. They played really hard, and congratulations to Chippewa too. I mean, perhaps being seated lower, but they put that behind them, and they worked really hard, and look where they are now. Congratulations to them.
Well, it doesn't happen every year, right? 25 years.
Yeah. Well,
you got to appreciate this.
Here's a good quote I learned from Coach Collins. He said, "How many teams that start the season win their last game?"
Yeah, that's what the tournament's all about. I tell you. It's Heather Chambers from OFSAA right now speaking.
The competition has been spectacular. I've enjoyed matches each round, and you're just taking the sport to another level, so I congratulate you on that. Particularly
21-14. I just want to duck in. Sacred Heart leading the fourth set.
I sincerely hope that by the winter championships, OFSAA will have been able to change the protocols and we can cheer and have fans and we don't have to wear those masks 100% of the time. But I would also like to wish the teams that are traveling safe travels home. I wish all of you a wonderful school year and I wish you success in your future. And on behalf of OFSAA, I would like to now thank the organizing committee for the tremendous job they've done under Mary Cross.
It's applause now for the organizing committee who did wonderful job. I mean, to do this event, pull it off in 2 gyms. Now, normally we would have all the medalists in one location, but obviously can't do that because of the protocols. But great job by the organizing committee.
They did a great job. Yep.
Our timer scores and the multitude of volunteers made this championship one of the best I've attended. And believe me, in my career, I've been to many. So on your behalf, I would like to call Mr. Craig Nodwell to accept the token of our appreciation for his work in getting this championship underway.
And I got to thank, Craig Nodwell's leadership as far as getting us involved to broadcast it. And they had everything checked off correctly. I just want to duck in a score. Sacred Heart now up 23-17 in the fourth set.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Craig Nodwell speaking now.
I can't do what we did here without an amazing group of people with me. So thank you to all of you because you guys were all incredible. But it's not about that. It's about the competition. And now it's time to call up the Chippewa captains to receive the championship banner and the championship.
And here's the championship.
What a great moment for
right
these
now.
young men.
That's a huge
trying
banner.
to see who's there. Braden Blake.
What does this mean
Clark Downey.
What does this mean to the school?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, like I said before, you said 25 years since North Bay has been represented in the province very well from volleyball. All the old coaches, Mr. Tom Ward, John Jeffries, Danny Goslin, Colleen, Egan. Tradition of volleyball in North Bay is huge, and this keeps the tradition going, and well done. All the coaches in North Bay that perhaps I didn't mention, I apologize. It's been a long time on air here, but it always takes a village, and North Bay is a good village for volleyball.
You get the banner, of course, a nice trophy too, and of course you get the gold medals as well, and those are going to be presented. And Sacred Heart, there you go, wins a 4-set win.
Well, congratulations to Mike Bala and
bronze.
Coach Dunn on their bronze medal. How fitting for them. And congratulations to Frontenac, too, for their great job.
Yep. Frontenac out of Kingston, 4th. Sacred Heart out of Walkerton, 3rd. And, of course, E.L. Crossley from Fonthill gets the silver. And, of course, Chippewa from North Bay with the gold medal. They're getting their gold medals now. And that's something that's going to go up in your living room for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
We'll take
Little shout out too to my guys again. Did a great job doing minor officiating this weekend, putting forth lots of hours.
Tell me about the relationship with Canadore has with the North Bay High School community as far as volleyball goes.
Well, it's starting to grow a lot. I mean, coming out of the pandemic, it's we always try to give back to the community. Where our guys donate time, I think it's important to build those synergies with the community, and Canadore has been very supportive, and so has the school board in trying to formulate a good relationship.
I think as far as this gold medal game, Chippewa winning in 4 sets over E.L. Crossley, I thought the difference was Chippewa just had a little edge that they were playing in their own gym, and they did that extra effort that you have to do in a hard-fought match.
I think it was like last night when we watched Sacred Heart.
Just that little bit more, right?
Diving everywhere, recycling balls, keeping that constant pressure on perhaps a bigger team. Crossley's a big team, but here we go. Now the celebration.
So Chippewa celebrates a great event for EL Crossley. Congratulations, Sacred Heart, as well.
Yep.
The 3 medal-winning teams here at the OFSAAs here put on here at Chippewa and West Ferris. Great job at both schools, and we're going to wrap it up and congratulate everybody. And we thank Matt Sukram. We thank Coach over here who did such a great job. Mark, great working with you, and good luck with your team this season.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
And I'm Bob Coles. Again, Chippewa wins the OFSAAs, the first time in a quarter century a North Bay school has won the gold in provincial boys volleyball competitions. I'm Bob Coles. So long from Chippewa.